Decay of the Earth's magnetic field has been given as evidence by creationists that the Earth is not as old as evolutionists would tell us. The strength of the Earth's magnetic field has been measured for like 100 years, and it has been decaying exponentially. What the creationists say is if we project back to a strength of a magnetic star, which they're saying is like the most it could possibly be, the Earth can only be tens of thousands of years old. I read that in the old 1970-something printing of Scientific Creationism, and I thought, well, I need to buy the updated version, see if that's still in there. I have the updated version. This is a printing, 2018, and the copyright originally was 74. This one is 85. And Decay of the Earth's magnetic field is still in this book as evidence of a young Earth. Some time ago, I looked up that as evidence of a young Earth, and there was a statement that said, we know from rocks we find in the ocean that the Earth has changed its polarity, that the magnetic field has changed its polarity, and that it changes its polarity about every 5,000 years. I read that years ago, so I thought I would get some updated information. What I find now, and fairly recently, is that scientists find the Earth's core is slowing, and that scientists expect the Earth's core to stop and reverse direction. One of the articles I read said, yes, we know the core is going to stop, and we think it's going to change direction, but that could take a couple 100,000 years. Now I just want to do some free thought statements on that. So let's look at the evidence. What do we know and what do we think? We know the Earth's magnetic field is decaying. That is from current measurements. We know the speed of the magma and the core of the Earth is slowing. That's current. We see rocks on the ocean floor with a magnetic moment in a different direction. But that's measuring something that happened a long time ago, and we don't know how that happened. Scientists are putting what they found on the ocean floor together with the measurements of the Earth's core slowing and saying that the Earth's core is probably going to reverse, therefore reversing the polarity of the magnetic field around the Earth. Here's the problem I have. The Earth's magma and the Earth's core would be expected to slow and to cool. To cool based on entropy, to slow because of the friction between the magma and the Earth's crust. But the Earth's core will not reverse direction without some force to cause it to reverse direction, and that force does not exist. The Earth's core will slow and eventually stop, and the Earth's magnetic field will decay and eventually go away. That's what physics tells us. The only thing that tells us that the Earth's magnetic field might have changed polarity are the rocks on the Earth's floor. So for me, I will go with physics, and I will take the evidence from the ocean floor and look for another explanation for that, and maybe connecting the slowing of the Earth's core and the decay of the Earth's magnetic field with rocks that are polarized differently on the Earth's floor is not a real correlation. But suppose there was a great flood when at one time the Earth was more flat and mountains pushed up. But at the beginning of that, there are volcanoes that push this polarized magma up. It comes to the surface and flows the other direction, giving us rocks on the surface that are polarized in reverse from the flow of the magma beneath the surface. And then as the land is pushed up and the dry land is formed and the mountains are formed, that surface is lower. I, the tiny flickering bulb on the Christmas tree, am going to make a conclusion that the Earth's magnetic field is, in fact, decaying, and it's not going to change polarity, and it never has changed polarity. The evidence comes from something else happening, which leaves us with the decay of the Earth's magnetic field as a means of determining the age of the Earth.